Hello and welcome back to the Angerati studio. I say back, but it's online, so if this is the first time you're seeing it, welcome. We're joined now by Frank from KIC InnoEnergy, who is part of the energy experience where the Angerati studio is located. Frank, welcome to the studio.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for taking the time to be here. And we've been talking a little bit about, and you've been hearing some of the sort of innovative projects that have been going on board. And one of the things that you mentioned is actually we could be getting more of these projects on board because there is funding that is perhaps not so well known that's available. So just tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, KIC InnoEnergy is, let's say, a European instrument. We offer a complete package for entrepreneurs, and that is a very important thing, that it is available, and that means that with that funding, which is at this stage still European money, we can bring innovations actually to market. That's the goal of KIC InnoEnergy. We try to help out and make sure that inventions are not kept or brought to the stage of a patent, but brought further to market, because if that happens, society benefits from it,
right?
But also the companies, and innovation really is innovation then.
And so where do you think that because whenever these funds are established or vehicles, whatever name is being put to them, they're usually done because there's some sort of gap, there's some sort of latency. And what's the gap that you are trying to bridge?
Well, we call it the innovation gap. It's also known as the valley of death, which you typically see where entrepreneurs have this brilliant idea, they have made this prototype or they have this proof of concept, and now all of a sudden it's time to bring that thing, that innovation, to market. And you'll typically see that these entrepreneurs face a wall or a gap or whatever you like to call it, which is very hard to cross. And there KIC InnoEnergy is the organization to help these entrepreneurs out to really bring this innovation to market and stop it from being a patent and not more than that. Where society doesn't have any benefit from it. We really are the organization that offers a complete package to help that entrepreneur in different forms and shapes to bridge that gap.
And can you define that package a little bit? Because sometimes, actually the money is one part of it.
Exactly.
But the connections and the routes to market and things like that. I mean, to take a glib analogy, we see it in Dragon's Den sometimes, a program in the UK, where the person with the idea will choose the business person who maybe is offering the least money, but has the most relevant connections.
Exactly. Well, funding is one thing, but it's obviously much more than that. 9 times out of 10 you'll see that the entrepreneur is good in a certain area. That means automatically that in other areas he's not very good. We'll help him with that. We'll even send him to business schools. We'll help him with his business proposition, and so on and so on and so on, just to make sure that, well, again, that thing is brought to market. And we do that, to put it like that, with 3 different flavors. We have an education program. That means that we have our own PhD program, our own master's program, and our own PDN program, where we actually bring young, brilliant students, brilliant minds. We help them out. We, give them their studies to put these people back into the innovation market and bring these things really back to business. That's one flavor. The second flavor is we have business creation. There we handle individual companies. So the entrepreneur has the biggest problem facing that gap. We help him cross it. And then we have a flavor which is called innovation projects, where we handle the bigger projects in a consortium form, where at least 3 companies handle a very big project, where also typically this problem is faced. Hey, very good idea, brilliant thing, but it has to be brought to the next step. That's what we take care of.
And when you are faced with that, and so that is what you're trying to do. What's your challenge? Is it finding the inventors? Is it telling people that this is here? Is it,
It's exactly that. As an instrument, we have at this stage quite a problem finding the good projects. It's obviously important for us to bring those good projects where not only ourselves as an organization benefit from, but everybody has to benefit from, finding them. And I'm sure, I'm 100% sure they are there. But people have to be able to find us. We have to be able to find those projects, and anything that could help us with that.
And if we dig deeper into that,
Yeah.
I mean, we need to find projects. We want to have innovative projects come to us. If someone is watching this, I mean, the first question will be, well, I'm not sure they're interested in my project. Do you have some sort of matrices that you judge things by?
First and foremost, that would be our roadmaps. We have, in those roadmaps, we have clearly defined what we do and do not, let's say, pick up as a project. We have 6 different offices handling, in short, 6 themes, which is energy in industry. It's handled in France. Benelux is smart cities and buildings. Iberia is renewables. Germany, our German office, handles chemical fuels, bio, but also other types of fuels, fuel improvement. Poland Plus handles the theme clean coal. And let me see, Sweden has the smart grids theme. And obviously all or more offices also handle storage, which seems to be a huge thing for the from now and onwards.
Absolutely. And with that side of things then, so those macro themes are what you're looking for projects in. And if someone says, okay, I've got a project in one of those areas, are there any other KPIs, or do you really have to evaluate everything?
No. Obviously there are other KPIs. We find it very important that, for instance, the education part is brought into it. Preferably our own students. Other students could be a part of that project as well. Also to get an effect that once that project is done or is into market, that it's not over, that knowledge can be transferred also to other areas. We find that very important. Another thing is that we do ask for a return on investment, because the funding now comes from the European Union, and our goal is to be on our own feet in a number of years, and that means that we have to ask for a return on investment to keep doing the things we want to do.
Because you want this to be self-sustaining.
We want to be self-sustaining also for the future.
And just as we're coming to the end of our time, one of the things that I also want to explore is when you sometimes hear of these instruments that are used to fund these things, there is often a view that this is just going to be too difficult. I'm going to be filling out form after form after form after form after form when I could be getting on with it.
Exactly.
And I think that's a very real thing. So, have you guys thought about that? Do you make it easy? Just describe the process a little bit.
We obviously we have made that a bit easier. In fact, we do ask you to fill out forms. However, we have thought of very clever forms, and if you can fill out these forms, you'll immediately have your business plan ready. And actually, there are now companies that use our forms as their own investment decision forms within their own companies. So it's not that these forms are a waste of time. In fact, if you are able to fill out these forms, you'll have something that is actually probably very successful or has a good chance to be brought to market. But I do agree that is a bit of an issue. However, contact us and we'll help you filling these forms out and making it at least worthwhile. Perfect. And on that note, we're going to leave it. Frank, thank you very much for taking the time to be here. And for those of you watching, there'll be more information on this initiative, and we'll put up a couple of links to the website as well, so that you can go ahead and try filling out those forms, and who knows where it gets you. Thank you for watching.